Okay, so we're here in Wayzata, Minnesota, and I was overtaking a shingle sample on this roof, but I saw this and I wanted to talk about it. This roof right here in front of me has 3 different types of roof ventilation. That's a major faux pas, major no-no in roofing. We want to have one type of ventilation in the attic, in the roof, because all these other types will counteract each other. Right here, we have a ridge vent, so there's actually a hole underneath this, or a big long strip that's been cut in the ridge of the roof to allow air to come up, out, and through these vents here. And what we want this ventilation system to be doing is pulling air, cold air from the soffits, which are down around the edge of the roof, all the way through the attic and bring the hot air out of the roof. Unfortunately, when we have these right next to it and a box vent or a Broan vent right next to it, they're counteracting each other, because what's happening is this is pulling air in here and it's pulling air out through the ridge. So what happens is all that hot air just stays in the roof. This particular customer has a lot of mold growing on the inside of their attic, and it's actually a health concern because their attic is not ventilated properly. And we're seeing some deterioration of the shingles as well as a result. So when we do a roof, we want to do correct roofing calculations for ventilation. We want to make sure that the soffits are vented properly. We want to make sure that we have the correct ventilation types for the roof to ensure that we don't get moisture buildup, we don't get hot air built up in the attic space. Ventilation. What are the different types of roofing ventilation that we can consider for our roof? Well, right here we see this one spinning. A lot of people like to call those whirly birds, but they're actually called a turbine vent because they spin like a turbine. And they're spinning because the hot air from the attic is actually escaping through here, driving them to spin. So it's a bit of a self-feeding type of vent that once it gets going, it helps ventilate more and more. Right here, we have a box vent. This is kind of the standard ventilation that you'll see on a roof. There's vents on the side here. There's a hole cut through the roof deck underneath here. And this one's made out of metal, which is good because it keeps squirrels and birds out of your attic space. We don't want those in there. And then lastly, over here, we have some ridge venting. So there's a couple types of ridge venting. This is a rigid ridge vent where it comes in long sticks that we cut to size on the roof. Sometimes it comes in rolls that we just roll out, and it's made kind of a sponge material, but there's actually a slit that's cut in the top of the ridge here to allow the air to escape out from the sides here. This one probably not the best application here. It's not a very steep roof, and we've got a lot of different ventilation going on right around it here.